everyone, in this video we will study photosynthesis and we will focus on its light-dependent reactions for our lesson number 10. At the end of this lesson, we are expected to explain the importance of chlorophyll and other pigments, describe the patterns of electron flow through light reaction events, and discuss the process of photosynthesis with light-dependent reaction. All organisms, including humans, need energy to fuel the metabolic reactions of growth, development, and reproduction. But organisms can't use light energy directly for their metabolic needs. Instead, it must be first converted into chemical energy through the process of photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process in which light energy is converted to chemical energy in the form of sugars. In photosynthesis, solar energy is harvested and converted to chemical energy in the form of glucose using water and carbon dioxide. Oxygen is released as a byproduct. Within the chloroplast of a plant cell, photosynthesis occurs in two main phases, the light-dependent and light-independent reactions. Within plant cells, chloroplasts are specialized organelles that serve as the site of photosynthesis. The reactions that make up the process of photosynthesis can be divided into light-dependent reactions, which takes place in the thylakoids, and light-independent reactions, also known as the dark reaction or Calvin cycle, which takes place in the stroma. Chloroplasts have a complex internal structure and different reactions take place in different parts of the chloroplast. Understanding what the inside of a chloroplast look like is a key to visualizing where the different reactions of photosynthesis occur. Surrounding the chloroplast is a double membrane consisting of an outer membrane and an inner membrane. This is similar in structure to the double membrane of mitochondria. The interior of the chloroplast contains another membrane, the thylakoid membrane, which is folded to form numerous connected stalks of discs. Each disc is a thylakoid and each stalk is a granum. The light-dependent reaction of photosynthesis take place within the thylakoids. These reactions occur when the pigment chlorophyll located within the thylakoid membranes captures energy from the sun to initiate the breakdown of water molecules. The light-dependent reactions convert light energy into chemical energy. The goal of the light-dependent reactions of photosynthesis is to collect energy from the sun and break down water molecules to produce ATP and NADPH. These two energy storing molecules are then used in the light-independent reactions. Let us simplify the process of light-dependent reactions in three easy steps. First, excitation of photosystem by light energy, followed by production of ATP via an electron transport chain, and last, reduction of NADP and the photolysis of water. Step 1. Excitation of photosystem by light energy. Photosystems are a group of photosynthetic pigments, including chlorophyll, embedded within the thylakoid membrane. Photosystems are classed according to their maximal absorption wavelengths. PS1 for 700 nanometer and PS2 for 680 nanometer. When a photosystem absorbs light energy, the localized electrons within the pigments become energized or excited. These excited electrons are transferred to carrier molecules within the thylakoid membrane. Step 2. Production of ATP via an electron transport chain. Excited electrons from photosystem 2 are transferred to an electron transport chain within the thylakoid membrane. As the electrons are passed through the chain, they lose energy, which is used to translocate hydrogen ions into the thylakoid. This buildup of protons within the thylakoid creates an electrochemical gradient or proton motive force. The hydrogen ions return to the stroma via the transmembrane enzyme ATP synthase. ATP synthase uses the passage of hydrogen ions to catalyze the synthesis of ATP. This process is called photophosphorylation, as light provided the initial energy source for ATP production. The newly de-energized electrons from photosystem 2 are taken up by photosystem 1. Step 3. Reduction of NADP plus and the photolysis of water. Excited electrons from photosystem 1 may be transferred to a carrier molecule and used to reduce the NADP plus. This forms NADPH, which is needed for the light-independent reactions. The electrons lost from photosystem 1 are replaced by the de-energized electrons from photosystem 2. The electrons lost from photosystem 2 are replaced by electrons released from water via photolysis. Water is split by light energy into hydrogen ions and oxygen. Overview of the light-dependent reactions. The light-dependent reactions occur within the intermembrane space of the thylakoids. Chlorophyll in photosystem 1 and 2 absorbs light, which trigger the release of high-energy electrons. Excited electrons from photosystem 2 are transferred between carrier molecules in an electron transport chain. The electron transport chain translocates hydrogen ions from the stroma to within the thylakoid, creating a photogradient. The protons are returned to the stroma via ATP synthase, which uses their passage to synthesize ATP. Excited electrons from photosystem 1 are used to reduce NADP+. The electrons lost from photosystem 1 are replaced by the energized electrons from photosystem 2. The electrons lost from photosystem 2 are replaced following the photolysis of water. The products of the light-dependent reactions are used in the light-independent reactions. And that's all for today. In the next lesson, we will talk about the light-independent reaction, better known as the Calvin cycle. Thank you guys for watching.